Hey dear viewers! Just like in the last 20 episodes, I'll continue searching for Mr. Pointy. And yes, that's what I'm going to call it now. I have 1148 Araxxi kills behind me now, and I still haven't found it. So let's immediately resume the search. Mr. Pointy, are you in this loot? Oh no, it's just Mr. Smelly. Well, a pheromone is a decent drop too. And that's now my 5th in a row. That's kill number 6 done today. And I'm actually pleased with the loot for once. Onyx bolts, onyxes, serenic scales, and that pheromone. That's actually 4 good drops in 6 kills. And I've seen days with 12 kills that didn't even come close. Or I think you could even make that 14. Anyway, this episode is starting good. Or make that great because I didn't even die. And that makes 4 days without dying. What an amazing kill this one. I didn't die, in fact nobody died. I honestly can't remember the last time that happened. And the loot is decent as well. It is a shame that I'm going to reroll those serenic scales though. Whoa, even more amazing. I didn't just reroll those serenic scales, it actually doubled. It's as if Durzag would stand in the GE and spam doubling scales, legit. You know those days where you're just not feeling it? Well, this is the kind of day for me. Yeah, I honestly can't explain it. Then that feeling gets inside your head and turns a bit negative, which in turn causes you to not be fully focused. Then things like this happen. This death does look a lot like the one in the previous episode, but it's not I that killed myself. It was the acid wave. It just came at me way faster than I expected. And you know, that's one of the downsides of using Onslaught here. When you activate Onslaught, you basically expect the end of the kill and without any problems. Basically, what I'm always expecting is for Araxyte to be dead before the acid wave hits me. And that happens in most cases, but not this time, as I've shown here. On a day where you're not really feeling it and you die, that doesn't really help at all. But I'm not one to just simply walk away, so I wanted to do one more yak, but I wasn't spared from death. And this time I died to a cocoon attack. After this, I'm guessing I died in every way possible at Araxxi now. So one could say that I've mastered the art of dying. Now where do I have to go to purchase that level 120 death cape? With all that dying I still managed to get 10 kills. And that's actually not bad at all on this rotation. So that lifts my spirit a little. And those serenic scales and Triskelion fragments lifted even more. And it gets even better because now I can complete a full Triskelion again. So taking this and Durzag into account, then this isn't such a bad day after all. What does still suck is that I went from 4 to 0 days without dying. Damn it. But let's try to break that record and let's go for 5. Please no charms. Alright, no charms. Not that this is my favorite Triskelion loot either, but at least it's no charms. Now for the elite clue, will it be a blood dye or will it be biscuits? Let's find out! An ancient page 4! Now that's what I like to see in my clue rewards. Sadly it's not an ancient page number 1, but honestly I'm already happy that it's a good reward. Well, in fact, make that a great reward. This is only my 6th kill of the day, and I decide to end it here. I know 6 isn't many, but can you blame me after dying twice to Araxxi? Yeah, I'm rebuilding slowly, and I think that's the way to go. Anyway, today I got 2 more onyxes, and that is of course a fantastic reward. And there's also that Triskelion fragment, that makes the reward even better. Now 1 more fragment and I can complete a full Triskelion again. Hopefully the elite clue from that will be as good as the previous one. Oh, and today I didn't die, so that makes 1 day without dying. This week the skeletal horror wasn't bugged either, so I got my clue. And now let's show that reward. Meerkat pouches. You know, I'm going to say something controversial, and that's that I like meerkat pouches at the moment. Why? Because I have reroll. The reward certainly improved, but that won't come as a surprise. Still, the items themselves, I'm not really a big fan of them. Well, except of the coins maybe. Whoa, seriously, I need to learn to control my onslaught. This time I only had 483 life points left. That was like Araxxi all over again. Well, almost. But if that wasn't worse enough already, the jihadi pigs decided to spawn. Well, Durzag commanded them to. And somehow I knew they weren't all going to get defused. So with that near catastrophe of onslaught just behind me, I didn't really want to risk it and I ran away. Yeah, call me a coward. But even with running away, I still managed to defuse more bombs than the others. And sadly one of those got killed. So it sucks to be him, but I've been there many times myself. And with all these incidents, I still have to conclude that this was a very smooth kill. So guys, let's loot that corpse. Despite no exclusive, this actually looks very good. Thanks to that rune of course. But with some luck it can still improve, so I'm going to reroll. Man, what a horrible loot this one. This is actually the same reward as I got before the reroll, but then without the good stuff. You know, without the rune. It's like watching porn, but without there being girls in it. That's not something that I want to see. Finally, the dry streak is over. How many kills it lasted, I don't know, and I don't even care anymore. I'm already happy it's done with. And I believe this is my 9th spider leg top, and that in 1173 kills. Whether or not that's a good drop rate, I have no idea. You know what, leave it in the comments what you think. Today I actually killed more Araxxis than I would like to. That's because I thought it was still the spider minion and shadow path rotation. But it's not, it's the minion and asset rotation, and that is in my opinion the hardest. In this rotation I usually like to do a maximum of 6 kills, but I ended up doing 8 kills, so I guess I can be proud. And to make it even better, I didn't even die. Though in the last fight Araxxi did kick my ass pretty much. But as I said, I managed to survive that ass kicking, and I didn't want to take another chance with a higher enrage. The loot today is one of the better ones I saw in a long time. I got 2 Serenic scales, 4 uncut onyxes, and best of all that spider leg top that you already saw. Yeah, I've definitely seen much worse days. Still, it's not perfect without Mr. Pointy. No death today, so that's 2 days without dying. So the Dwarven Instinct decided it was time to give me another clue scroll. So let's check its rewards. The value doesn't look that good, but at least the items are useful this time. It's still the rotation of Doom at Araxxi, so that's why I only did 5 kills today. And the drops are pretty much in the same theme. Just look at that drop lock of Doom. Let's just quickly forget about this day. I'm at Gregorovic for the occasional bounty hunter. You know, in hopes of maxing reputation starting with Zamorak. And I'm already over 4k there, so that shouldn't take that long anymore. And look guys, it's a shadow glaive drop. Okay, I admit, I hate fighting Gregorovic, but honestly, not as much after that. That's a truly awesome drop and I didn't expect it, because I've hardly ever fought him actually. This is in fact my 29th kill, so I guess you could say that I'm pretty lucky here. Araxxi can definitely learn a thing or two from Gregorovic. And it looks like the shadow glaive is quite an expensive drop too. Since I have Ascension crossbows, I don't really see the use of a shadow glaive, so I'm going to sell it. The mid price of the shadow glaive on the GE is 13.9 mil, but I wasn't sure if that was an accurate price. They haven't been long in the game after all. So I put the shadow glaive in the GE for 15 mil and that instantly sold for 400k more. And honestly, I didn't expect as much. So I'm extremely pleased about that. After today I am now 3 days without dying. One more and I'm back to my personal record. Durzag is almost dead and once again it's jihadi time. I'm actually used to that by now, so my flight reflex automatically kicks in. Yet still I defused the bomb. So you can't say that I did nothing. And just as in the previous fight, someone had to die to it. By the looks of it, he was wearing full Serenic, so I doubt that guy will be happy. Now for the drops. Okay, so I have reroll, so it doesn't matter that this drop sucks. Let's just hope the reroll is better. Without a doubt it is better. Just look at that amount of rune. Yeah, you really can't hate on Rune. That moment when you forget to renew your yak. Yeah, that's another blonde moment, as my friend would say. But I'm already happy that this didn't happen in phase 3 or 4. So I still had a chance to pick up my rocktails without much trouble. But still, with all those minions spawning, it was a huge pain to do. That's 6 more kills added to the counter. And the biggest problem today was losing my yak. So that means I didn't die again today. The loot is pretty much similar to that of yesterday. With that I mean that it's complete and utter crap. Apart from those onyx bolts, of course. I think now is a nice time to do another clue. And the one I'm doing now comes from the aquarium. The reward again isn't that super, but there are some potions and those are always useful to me. Oh yeah, I'm back where I lost it. 4 days without dying. Now let's break that record. So this is the very first kill of the day and I get another pheromone. Well, the loot from this first kill is better than the loot from all yesterday's kills combined. So this day can't possibly go wrong. Or maybe I shouldn't say that because I'll jinx me into dying. You know how things go. So today's loot is actually pretty nice. I got some onyxes and some hydrix ball tips. And of course there's that pheromone. So yeah, it's been a good day at Araxxi. And that for just 5 kills. And the jinxing myself earlier. Yeah, it looks like it wasn't a jinx after all. Because I didn't die. And that leads me to a new personal record that has been set. I am now 5 days without dying. Now, this seems to be a great way to end the episode, don't you think? So, in the 46 Araxxi kills done this episode, and the 1194 kills in total, there is still no sign of Mr. Pointy. And yes, that pisses me off greatly, but I still have to say that this actually wasn't such a bad week. I got 1 spider leg top and 2 pheromones in those 46 kills. So that's not so bad. But honestly, I'm most of all happy about that shadow glaive drop. That's the thing I least expected to get. But still, it's no Mr. Pointy. And getting that is my absolute #1 priority. So in the next episode, I'll of course continue searching for Mr. Pointy. And the easiest rotation of Araxxi is coming up. And that will of course improve the chance of me finding him. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, subscribe to see more. And of course I would also like to hear what you guys think. So if you have any constructive criticism, tips or suggestions, leave them all in the comments. That would be much appreciated. See you in the next video.